As human beings, we have a unique capacity to perceive ourselves, not just physically, but conceptually as well. Because we have this structure of perception, we begin to naturally build this duality between the perceiver and the one who is being perceived. We often call this self awareness. And over time, that continues to expand and it expands into the perceptions of others into us and what we think about what others think of us, whether it's society, family, community. And then at some point, we start to ask ourselves, is that who we really are? It's so easy to try to find who we are in our accomplishments, in our failures, in our past, in our surroundings, in our circumstances, in our opinions, in our hobbies, in our thoughts, in our skills, in our abilities, in our talents. But those things, they're all external, they're fleeting. Even our thoughts change all the time. So why would we identify with them? I mean, just like perception of reality, if there are infinite different ways to perceive the same thing, then how can we be so sure that the way that we have been seeing that thing is the way that it really is, even if it's us? I mean, especially if it's us, because, really there is no one way that it is, but we're so convinced that there is one way that we are. But in the times when we're the only ones looking, this is the hardest because it's not only that we think we're a certain ways, we've conditioned ourselves to respond to life a certain way. And even if we want to believe that we're greater than what we are, it's like these conditions continue to present themselves. And then if we don't meet them with the proper response, it can be defeating. Like, how did we just fall to that again? Yet we also have these moments where we challenge ourselves and we start to break through. We actually break through those old ideas of ourselves. We break through the old limiting perceptions. In those spaces, we're not limited to what we thought we were. We're experiencing divine intervention. We're experiencing this process of exponential growth, like we're tapping into some infinite potentiality of energy that was always there, but it was just hidden from us in plain sight. And then that gets tucked away as a memory. And then, depending on the way that we perceive ourselves before, we either identify ourselves with the continued failures or we identify ourselves with that one breakthrough, but neither of those things are truly us either. We experience certain things in life that expand our perception of ourselves and make us realize, and forgive me because I'm going to go to that old meme of real eyes realize real lies. And the way that we think is usually not through real eyes, it's through the eyes of old perception. I mean, what if we were so powerful that when we tell ourselves lies about ourselves and our self-perception, we're actually making the lies real, which is why they're called real lies. We often look at ourselves and think that there's something wrong with us or that there's something broken, but we never really consider that it's not the thing that we're looking at that's broken. It's actually the thing that we're using to look at ourselves through that's broken, because it's highlighting the negativity, because it's highlighting the things that we think are wrong with us. Now, it's not to say that we can't change. It's not to say that we can't grow. It's not to say that there's such a thing as constructive criticism within our self-perception that allows us to become the greatest version of ourselves. But it's not through negativity that we get to expand in that way. It's through love. It's through compassion. And if we can see ourselves through that lens of love, compassion, and wanting to give ourselves the experience of the greatest version of life through the greatest version of us, then we get to actually experience everything in that way because we see that we are the love and we always have been.